Hi guys, welcome back to another video of HV channel. So today we will be continuing the veterinary surgery and radiology series, that is wounds second part. So mainly we will be dealing with the healing of wound and other details. So if you haven't subscribed our channel yet, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell button. So we'll be dealing with healing of a wound. Next is the factors responsible for delayed healing of wounds. And the third one is healing and regeneration capacities of different tissues. So first of all, healing of a wound. It is actually a biological process that combines physical, chemical and cellular events that restore the wounded tissue or replace it with collagen. So it is actually a dynamic process. So stages in wound healing, that is actually the first intention healing, second intention healing, third is mixed intention healing, fourth is third intention healing, and the final one is the healing under a scab. So the first intention healing, that is the primary union. In first intention healing, the narrow space between the edges of the wound is at first filled with blood, that is mainly hemostasis. And the scar tissue formed in the first intention healing is very little. The wound should be clean and fresh actually for this to happen. It should be free from infection. It should be free from bleeding and all. There should not be any foreign bodies and there should only be the minimum of dead cells. So this will happen first intention healing. So next is the second intention healing or healing by granulation. So here what happens, replacement of tissue happens. The fibrous tissue also proliferates and the fibers are interlaid among the capillaries. And at a later stage, the fibrous tissue contracts, causing constriction and obliteration of most of the newly formed capillaries. So third is the mixed intention healing, that is mainly the healing of wound, partly by first intention and partly by second intention. So next is the third intention healing. Third intention healing takes place when the granulating surface of an extensive wound, which may otherwise heal only by second intention, and are united by sutures so as to bring about thicker and quicker healing. So next is the healing under scab. This type of healing occurs in superficial wounds like abrasions and all. So exudate present in the wound rise up and forms a scab. And underneath this scab, the healing process or the granulation takes place and fibrous tissue will be proliferating. And when it is complete, the scab automatically separates and is cast off. So next is the factors responsible for delayed healing of wounds. So there are many factors like bacterial infection, foreign bodies in the wound, uh, devitalization of tissues. So devitalized tissues provide good media for bacterial growth. So whenever bacterial growth is higher, the healing will be very less. So next is desiccation of tissues, hematoma and serum collections. So improper apposition of tissue or dead space. So if at all there is a wide gap between the edges, healing is very much delayed. So inadequate blood supply. So proper blood supply should be there and proper devitalization of tissue should be there to have a proper wound healing. So next is presence of malignant neoplastic tissues. Lack of immobilization, that is frequent movement of the wounded area, will cause rupture of newly forming granulations and therefore delays the healing. So next is chemical and mechanical trauma. If at all more chemical and mechanical trauma is happening to that area, the healing will be happening at a lower rate. So next is old age. Whenever the animal is getting more advanced in the age, the wound healing progressively slows down. So next is malnutrition. If at all the animal is not nourished in a proper manner, especially whenever there is in protein deficiency, that will predispose to the delayed wound healing. So next is vitamin C deficiency. Vitamin C is necessary for the formation of intercellular substance and collagen, and the maturation of pre-collagen of connective tissue. There should be vitamin C. So whenever there is a deficiency of vitamin C, the wound healing will not be proper. So vitamin K deficiency, that is actually related to the blood clotting mechanism and the bleeding factors and all. So whenever vitamin K is not there, the bleeding delays. Deficiency of other vitamins, dehydration, waterlogging and edema. So next is the healing and regeneration capacity of different tissues. So different tissues has got different regeneration capacity. So skin has got good capacity for healing. Mucous membrane somewhat heal very rapidly, like, and the serous membrane, they will be having a lower rate. Muscle tissue is not regenerated but replaced by fibrous tissue. Connective tissue has got greater capacity for regeneration. Tendons, adipose tissue, neurons. Nerve cells once destroyed are not regenerated. But we have find out many findings that nerves axons will be degenerated and they will regenerate. So hyaline cartilage is not regenerated, but it is actually replaced by the connective tissue. So you can see regenerative capacity is high in case of skin, mucous membrane, serous membrane, connective tissue and adipose tissue. But in case of muscle, tendon, neuron and hyaline cartilage, it will not be regenerating, but it will be filled by other tissues and all, so that there will not be a gap in the tissue segments. It will be completely filled up, but it will not regain its proper capacity as that it was before. Thank you guys.